Well, hey baby. Happy Friday. Happy Father's Day, December 17th. This is the less sexy but the more useful things about being a father or being a dad. Is you get to repair things like toilets. It's not the prettiest thing to do. It's not the prettiest thing to talk about, but when you have to do it, it's good to know. It's good to know how to do. Okay? So here's what we have. This is called a flapper. A flapper. It's just a piece of rubber and plastic. It's got a little chain on the end. You can buy it at any hardware store. I bought a new one. And what it does is, and this is really important, okay? So in here in the toilet is the clean water. This is clean water that comes straight from the wall, right here. Right there. Straight from the wall. Right there. And so when you flush, water comes from the wall just like it does in your faucet or from the shower head, and it pours in here. That's clean water on the back of the toilet where you flush. This is clean water. Okay? And what you have in here is you have a little flow valve. It's called a valve. And what it does is it's got a little piece of styrofoam in there that floats. And when the water's low, it tells the wall to keep pushing water, to keep filling it with water. And then when the water's high, because the float lifts, the valve shuts off and says no more water. We're going to overflow. Okay? And at the bottom of this thing, in the center of this, where the good water is this flapper. And what it does is it traps the water in here so it can just hold it. And it'll hold it and hold it and hold it. It just won't leak until you go to flush. And then this flapper goes up. And all this water in here goes down into here where the dirty water is. And then your dirty water goes under the floor, out of the house, out of the yard, into the street, into the big systems, into the big pipes, and then goes to the city to be cleaned. That's a different video. So you have good water in here, and when you flush, that flapper opens and lets all the water empty out of here into the toilet, and then it goes down the floor, again, out of the house, out of the yard, into the street, into the big pipes. They go all the way to the city where they're cleaned, where the water is cleaned, and then they use it for other things. And that's what I repaired today, is a flapper. Very simple repair. This cost me about $8. And you got these two little holes, these two little clips, and there's little hooks under there in here where the good water is. And you just took this off, threw this away, put the new one on, hooked this up to this lever right there. And so you can flush the toilet again and it doesn't leak. Sometimes what happens is these get old and brittle and bent, and the toilet will leak. It's not bad, it's just annoying. You can hear it. It uses up extra water when it shouldn't, and it can leave toilet bowl stains that are just they don't look very good. So that's how a toilet works. Right now this is filling back up with water, and you'll hear it stop because there's a float in here. There's a little float. It floats, and when it gets high enough, it'll shut off the water. No more water from the wall, the good water from the wall. And then the bad water's in here. That's where you pee and poo. And then when you flush, it funnels it down beneath the floor, out of the house, out of the yard, and into the bigger pipes that go to the city. And today, what I did was I just replaced the flapper. Whoops, got upside down. And that's how you repair a toilet. Not many people, I guess, some people don't know how to do that. And other people, like your daddy, do. And like I said, it's very important to know. when you get your own apartment or your own home, or you're at your mommy's or your daddy's or someone who has a broken toilet. The good news is it's not a very dirty job. This water's clean. So the only germs you're going to get is like if you don't clean up around the toilet. That's the only germ. There it is. Did you hear it? It shut off. And then what I can do is I could put this back on there. There we go. We have a working toilet. So it's not a very dirty job again because the clean water's in here, and so you're only dealing with the clean water. Not a big deal. So $8. I had my day off today, and that's what I did. I did a little repair at home. It actually only took me about 10 minutes. I was going to videotape it while I did it, but I thought I got my hands busy, so I didn't. And so I figured I'd tell you about it now. Anyway, just one of those little daddy dirty jobs. One of the best jobs as a daddy is loving you. Happy Father's Day, December 17th, 2021.